Yeah, hello guys. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Football Fans Zone. Well, I am going to be reacting to what Scaloni, the coach of Argentina, I'm going to be reacting to what they said. And the honest truth is this, guys. It is actually the truth. And this is something I've been talking about for a very long time, though there are people, that loves pep, tiki-taka football. And it's not a bad thing, but the honest truth is this. We are losing the essence of football. We are actually losing the essence of football, of the game. We are losing it. Because of what? Because of the modern style of football. There is too much tactics and analysis in football that it has taken away so many things. It has taken away so many things. And this is something we're talking for a very long time. When is the last time we have seen a player who has that individual brilliance? When was the last time we saw a player take 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders? When was the last time? Before Jack Grealish left for Manchester City, when he was playing for Aston Villa, Jack Grealish was the most fouled player in the Premiership, because he has that thing. It takes 2, 3, 4 players at a go. We saw it with Hazard as well. But when was the last time we saw it? Because we have never seen it again. And the only place or the only people who see it with them, it's only Messi, sometimes Ronaldo. But we don't get to see it anymore, and it is killing football. And it made me say something. I said, football is dead. For me, football is dead. When you watch football in the time of Paul Scholes, from Manchester City, when he was playing for Aston Villa, Jack Grealish, sorry guys, was the most foul player in the Premiership. Because back to what I'm saying. Jack Grealish was the most fouled player in the Premiership. He was. Because it takes 2, 3 people at a go. Then you ask yourself, when was the last time we saw such a thing? When you go and watch Premiership, when Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Michael Ballack, Frank Lampard, Gareth Barry, when they were still playing in the Premiership, go watch the sort of goals we were seeing. We were seeing incredible goals that are mind-blowing. But currently, we don't get to see that anymore. Why? Because the tiki-taka kind of football we play currently have actually taken that away from us. It is depriving us of what we love. You do not get to see that one-man show whereby you see people like Messi take somebody or players from the next end up scoring a goal. Or we don't get to see incredible goals being scored from the 45-yard, 35-yard, 30-yard. We don't. everyone will play the Man City's way. Now, this is what I have to say. This is what actually Scaloni had to say. Now, he said, we are losing the essence of football as tactics and analysis begin to play a larger role throughout the modern football. And that is the honest truth. And that is the honest truth. Now, he went on to use a player like Messi as an example. He said, he's using Argentina. Say, for example, he's using the Argentina coach Lionel Messi as an example. Now he said, Scaloni explained that tactics can be robotic in their ways when in some cases it is best to let player thrive on their own. I don't know if you guys are really understanding what he's saying here, but the honest truth is this: everything Scaloni is saying here are the honest truth. Now, what he's trying to say is that sometimes we can allow the players be themselves, be able to show what they are all about. There are times where we have to play the tactics and the analysis set of parts of football, and there are times where we also need to just allow the players do their thing. And that is the honest truth. It has come to a situation right now whenever you see a winger trying to take one or two players at a goal and loses the ball, they criticize him. They call him selfish. They say he should be passing the ball. And that is what we have actually become. And that is what we actually have become. But it's sad. It's sad. Now, it says the overuse of modern football tactics. Of course, there are no dribblers. There are no dribblers because as soon as they receive the ball, and that is what I was saying just now, there is no dribblers. There is none. Because as soon as they receive the ball, what you hear is pass it. Pass it. That is the only thing you hear next. Pass it. There are no dribblers anymore in the game. And that is the honest truth. And that is also the sad part. That is the sad part, guys. Then it says, imagine if Messi, when he was 8 years old, had been told all the time, pass it, by his coaches, we would not have him today. And that is the honest truth, guys. If all the time Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo were 8 years old, and whenever they receive the ball and their coach says pass it, we are never going to have the joy we would never have to appreciate these guys, what they did on the pitch. We would never have appreciated them, and we won't even see what we are seeing currently in football. And he says, if Messi, when he was 80 years old, he had been told all the time, pass it, by his coaches, we would not have him today. It's impressive because football has become such a big thing. that is spot on. That is actually spot on. That is actually spot on. Then it says everybody reads, study, and think that they can manage. Everybody reads, study, and think they think that with that they can manage. Now, which means everybody have come to study this part of football, and with it they believe and they can get whatever they want, they can achieve everything they want. Then he said, you tell a child of 7 or 8 years old to make the diagonal to cover. He is 7 years old. Let him play the ball. And this is also the fact, because one thing is this: they make it look as if this is robotic. They bring out the practical aspect and the theory aspect. They bring it, they want you to know the same day. You are telling a 7 years old or an 8 years old to make a diagonal pass. There are some places whereby some people will not really want to understand what he's talking about. And that is why when you just take for an example, look at the set of players playing currently. I can tell you there are only few players that can take players on their own. You can see it with Mbappe. You can see it with Vinicius Junior. You can see it with Garnacho. You can see it with Pelistri. But I don't think I can mention other players that get the ball, go at a winger, take one, take two. We don't see it anymore. Now he says you're telling a 7 years old to make a cover for a diagonal pass. Like, how does a 7 years old is being forced to make a diagonal cover? Then he says here, let him make mistakes, and when he's 14, 15, we will start correcting him. It is message for the future. This is the sport and the beauty of football. And there you have it, guys. But this part, I will not really agree with him, because one thing is this: the era of football have actually changed. We are seeing kids doing wonders right now. 18 years old then might not be doing what an 18 years old is doing currently. 18 years old then will not be getting much game times as some players are getting right now. We have somebody like Lewis Miley from Newcastle. He's just 17 years old. We saw what he's able to do on the pitch. He's able to take the ball because he is doing the simple stuffs. He gets the ball, look for the next pass, he gave it. He cannot do more than that. And now, if he has it in him whereby he can take people on the run, he will not want to do it, because all he knows about is control, pass to the next person. And now that will limit his potentials. It will limit his potentials. And that is what this guy is saying here. And it is not far from the truth, honestly, guys. Now, Scaloni also went on to explain that young players, he said young players went to explain and say, yeah, for the young players, For the young players, having fun and enjoying the game is more important than tactics such as tracking runners, he added. So, can you guys understand? When I said football is dead, I knew what I was talking about. Because this guy is a coach that won the World Cup. Honestly. Now, he says the clear example with the kids, when they are 12, 13 old, they have to play ball and have fun and not be so much on top of them, correcting them. Football have changed. Football have actually changed. And who do you blame? And the honest truth is, guys, there are some positions in football that has been taken away. There is not anybody who wants to tell me there are some positions in football has been taken away. We don't have a player that plays the 10 anymore. We don't. We do not. We can see them on the pitch, or we can say, yes, this is the number 10 of this team. He plays the creative role of this team. But do you see them actually creating it? You can see the player is a sort of a player. Okay, this is what he does. But you see him doing it every day and out, consistently. The number 10 role is out of football. Honestly. And it's not good at all. It's not good at all. It says the clear example is with the kids. When they are 12 or 13 years old, they have to play ball and have fun, not to be so much on top of correcting them. Sometimes allow them to be who they are. Then now he says, the fact that you're correcting them every time, it takes away the essence. Because you take away their essence, and so we will see less and less players with that carefree attitude that we used to see before. Spot on. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. And this is the fact. This is the honest truth, guys. When we try to correct these players or tell them to do this every now and then, telling them to pass the ball, you limit their potentials. Like you are limiting the potentials in them, and that creativity or the flair, whatever that kid or that player has in him, they will not be able to showcase it because they've been told pass it. And that is honest truth, guys. And I feel very, very sad for football. I feel very, very, very sad for football lovers, because we've been deprived of some incredible flair players, dribbles, skills, and goals. And that is the honest truth, guys. I watched the game United versus Newport County yesterday. The second goal, or was it the first goal, that had a deflection? That was the sort of goals we see way back when we had players like Iniesta, had players like Ronaldo, had players like Paul Scholes, Patrick Berger. We had players like Frank Lampard. But we don't see them anymore. And that's why I said football is dead. Pep have actually succeeded in killing football. And it's very bad, guys. But what can I say? Let me know, what do you think? Do you think Scaloni is making sense, or do you think it's actually